in their exodus and their exodus. But what's going to happen is they got to open the door up the pedophilia or bestiality. There's no end to it. People going to be walking around sleeping with their dogs, man, and nobody going to be able to say nothing, man. You can't close the door. You can't tell nobody who ain't going to live. Ain't nobody transphobic. I'm world focused. I hate the world. I hate what the world teaches. Whatever. I take persecution proudly for the Lord. I take persecution proudly for the Lord.
All right, first and foremost, give all praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Al-Shabrak, and Thumb, and give a sincere greeting to the brothers and sisters scattered across the four corners, teaching this word with sincerity and charity, man. And all the, you know what I'm saying, all the people that are waking up, man, coming into this walk, trying to diligently seek out the Most High, diligently trying to seek out His word, man. I just want to give y'all a short lesson, man, about hoarding up the treasures of this earth. And I'm going to give you the example. I'm going to use my father as an example. Now, one of the reasons that I ended up having to come to Columbus and leave, you know what I'm saying, leave Atlanta, leave a ministry, leave, you know what I'm saying, leave a business, was because of my father falling into pretty much a coma. You know what I'm saying? Just long story short, falling into a coma, in the coma for 3 months. And so I had to come down here to take care of the grandkids that he was taking care of. And so once he got out of the coma, you know, I'm going through certain things and I'm like, Dad, hey man, you know, I end up finding like blenders and you know, just extra, you know what I'm saying, blenders, cookware, you know, them little flat top stoves, George Foreman grills, just a whole bunch of stuff that he done bought, forgot he had it, bought it again, rebought it. He just a plethora of stuff, brand new, still in the boxes, been in the garage, been in the storage for years, countless years, not gonna use it. And I'm like, Dad, man, hey man, you know, and I go to him, I'm like, man, you need to get this stuff away, man. You know what I'm saying? Because in my mind, I'm like, oh, this is an excellent opportunity. You know, especially having a life-changing event like that. You know, it for me, it like, even for me, it let me know that, man, your days are numbered, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have long, man. Store up your treasures, man. Stop worrying about this earthly thing, man. You know, whether Christ come and like, you're gonna be gone soon anyway. You ain't got long, man. I'm finna turn 40. Like, I'm on the other half. It's downhill from here. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the other side of the hill, man. I'm coming on down now. So I'm looking at, hey man, that's an excellent opportunity to store up some treasures. So I just go and approach him. Of course, he's not an Israelite, you know. But I go and approach him about it. I'm like, hey man, you just need to get this stuff away, man. You know, they keep Christmas, so I'm like, hey man, you know, if Christmas, just give it to the people that help. All the people that helped you, just give it away. Just give it to them. And he was like, you know, nah, I'm gonna sell it. I'm gonna sell it so I can, you know, that's at least $100 worth of stuff. Because, you know, that little stuff be like $10 here, $5 there. It's at least about $10 worth of stuff. And I'm like, man, yeah, I'm in $100. I'm like, $100? Like, you know, like, this is, he don't understand, like, that, man, you're not going to use this stuff. Like, why are you holding this? You just never know when I say, like, man, if you don't even know the stuff in there, you will probably just go buy another one. If that's the case. And then all the people that have helped you, and it brings me in mind of the unjust steward who, you know, used, even when he knew that he was caught up and the master had caught him up, he still went to those other people and gave them a little favor, man, gave them a little bush, took a little bit off of the card for him, took a little bit off their bill, gave him a little discount so that he can get him some friends because he's about to get terminated. He's about to get terminated, be out there on his own, so we use that to gather him friends. And sometimes you have to do that in life. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you get up to an age, you may need some help. You may need somebody to come by and cut your grass. You may need somebody to cut some limbs down. You can't do certain things on your own like you used to. You may need to use certain things to gather those friends to come and help you, man. But that ain't really what the lesson's about. The lesson's really about how to store up heavenly treasures, man. Instead of hoarding and holding on to these things of this earth. You know what I'm saying? These things that you're not using, these things, you have to let these things go, man. You have to let these things go. And it said, where a man's heart is, where a man's treasure is, so is his heart. So is his heart, man. That's where his mind is. So the things that he's treasuring, his mind, and that just tell me that his mind is on this earth. His mind is on the treasure. And a lot of people, once they get up of age, they just, they try to just spend all the money, sell the house, honey, buy a Winnebago. We finna spend the rest of our savings traveling the world. We ain't leaving nothing. We ain't helping nobody. Hey, well, you know what, man? We about to get up out of here anyway, man. Let's just go buy this big old da-da-da-da-da-woo-doo-woo. Instead of sending those things and using that last bread, you're on your last leg. This is the last time around the track, using those last funds to store up you heavenly treasure. A lot of us don't even know how to store up heavenly treasures. Let's go there. Matthew chapter 19 and verse 16. It don't get no clearer. Matter of fact, y'all know the passage, man. Go to Matthew 19:16. The parable, not a parable, but the story of the great, it's a parable. The story of the young rich ruler. All right, and so the young rich ruler asked Christ, asked Yahweh, like, hey, man, what I need to do to inherit the kingdom? He tells him, listen, you need to keep the commandments. He said, man, I've been doing that since my youth. He said, what am I missing? What am I lacking? He said, well, listen, if you want to be perfect, he said, sell all that you have, give it to the poor, and come follow me. Sell all that you have, give it to the poor, and come follow me, man. And then you will store up for yourself. Then you will have treasures in heaven, man. Then you'll have treasures in heaven. Let me give you another one in Luke chapter 12. And you know what I'm saying? I just had to paraphrase these things and keep these videos short because Israel's attention span, man, our attention span is so low. Israel 12 and 20. The parable of the rich fool. It says, and one of the company said unto him, Master, speak to my brother that he divide the inheritance with me. And he said unto him, man, who made me a judge or a divider over you? And he said unto them, take heed and beware of the covetousness, for a man's life consisteth not in the abundance of things which he possesseth. And that's what I'm saying. That's where a lot of us get our value from, get our self-worth from, is the abundance of valuable things here on earth. And you can have all these things, but then be flat broke when it comes to heavenly treasures. And be flat broke. You can drive around in exotic cars. You can go take all the trips you want, but your soul is broke. And we talking about the everlasting possessions where moth do not corrupt. 1 Timothy 6 and 7. Store up for yourselves treasures in heaven that moth do not corrupt and thieves don't steal. Don't store up, don't hoard up treasures of this earth. Let me continue on though in this Luke. Where we at in Luke 11 and 16. All right, y'all. So I apologize. I misspoke on a few things that's going in. It's not the 1 Timothy 6 and 7. 1 Timothy 6 and 7 is the do not you can't take nothing with you, man. When you came into the world with nothing, you can't take nothing with you. That's 1 Timothy 6 and 7. And then Matthew 6 and 19 is the store up. Don't store up treasures where moth can corrupt. All right, so I want to correct that. The battery ended up going dead on me. I'm kind of glad it did in the middle of that, so I can correct that also. But we was at Luke chapter 12 and verse 16. It says, and he spake a parable unto them, saying, the ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentiful. And he thought within himself, saying, what shall I do, because I have no room where to bestow my fruits? And he said, this will I do. I will pull down my barns and build greater, and there I will bestow all my fruits and all my goods. And I will say to my soul, soul, thou hast much goods laid up for many years. And it's important that he put that there. I will say to my soul, soul, you have. It's important that he didn't just say that for no. He could have said, you know what, I got a, you know what, and the man said, you know, I have a lot of things stored up. You know what I'm saying? I'm straight. He said, my soul. He said to his soul. All right, he said unto his soul, thou hast much goods laid up for many years. Take thine ease, eat, drink, and be merry. Verse 20 says, but God said unto him, thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then who shall those things be which thou hast provided? So is he that layeth up treasure for himself and is not rich toward God. Are you rich toward God? You know what I'm saying? We want so much. We put so much energy and commitment into becoming millionaires, watching the stock market, Bitcoin. We going Bitcoin crazy, crypto crazy, NFT crazy. We're putting all this energy. We're drawing. We're learning new skills. We're sitting in classes. But are you rich toward God? Will you use that money to inherit treasures of God, man? Will you use that bread to inherit treasures in heaven, treasures in the kingdom? We'll be rewarded according to our works, man. Everybody's gonna get a different bag. You worry about your bag on earth. Yeah, I'm trying to get this bag, but what does your heavenly bag look like? What does your God bag? What does your godly bag look like? What does your righteous bag? What does your bag look like in the kingdom of heaven, man?